Hello, everyone. This is my third try to get this video done. I keep going off on tangents. I'm sure that comes as a huge surprise to all of you. All right, let us discuss Module 8. Module 8 looks terrifying, frankly, and I apologize to those of you who have taken a look already. There is a lot here. But remember, I think it's 9.5 hours. Don't give this class more than 9.5 hours a week, and you count the 6 to 45 minutes that this video is eventually going to take in that. So it's exploratory, but it's not online exploratory. Well, it is because I've digitized the first chapter or the intro of some of the books. So you're going to do a little bit of online, but these are all published articles. What the end result of this week is I want you to do a study looking at your area of interest with regards to students and technology. So basically, we're looking at social media and we're looking at gaming. Those are the two main areas. I would say the more positive of the two is gaming, and I would like to thank the person who recommended the Ross article. That's Harvard's play. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look at it on this section because I have all the titles. Embracing learning through play from usable knowledge. That really hooked me. It was something from the discussion from this very class earlier in the semester. And it turns out that Harvard has made this book. It's Mardell and L, A Pedagogy of Play. They've made it available as a PDF. So the whole book is available, which is super nice. So there's also Jay McGonigal, Reality is Broken, and then a bunch of these articles are about gaming. So if you want to focus on students in gaming, that's great. And I finally have something that's sort of elementary based in the Harvard article. So excited about that. The other side is social media and teens. And I have some articles from about 10 years ago that are super positive. And then I have the more recent stuff. Most of it is published recently that is not quite so positive. Social media is doing some stuff. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose your area that you're interested in, and then you're going to write a 3-page response paper based on some of your reading. So I'm just going to look at that over here because there is as much of a rubric as I ever come up with. So 3 to 5 pages in length, bibliography, whatever style you want. I tend to use MLA in this class, but I use APA for another class. So whatever, I don't care, but I do want parenthetical and text citations. I just think they're easier to follow. Footnotes look fancy for no good reason. I'm sure there was a reason for them at the beginning, but whatever. We've got parentheses now, let's use them. So the paper should reflect your own opinion, but as influenced by the experts. So, you should be quoting other people and interpreting other people's stuff as well. I'm happy to give you some clarification if you need it, but I also trust you. You've been doing this for 7 weeks now, and I've not been disappointed once. All right, so that's the main thing that you're going to be doing. You have your blog, but honestly, for your blog, you can copy and paste your paper into your blog if you like. Don't copy and paste your paper into the discussion because it's just daunting. Then everybody's like, oh my God, I have to read this whole thing. But you can feel free to put a link in there because, for people who want to see it, sharing is caring, and it's nice to be able to look at other people's work. So feel free to put a link if you put it in your blog, but don't put the whole text. My feeling for the discussion is it's going to be more like, holy cow, did you read that? Did you know that? Like there's going to be a lot coming up because there's really some damage social media is doing, but also there's positives. It's a lot. All right. For those of you who don't want to talk about the specifics of the resources, all I will say is uh, looking back, I had a great time at MSLA. It was nice to meet those of you who I got to meet. And I look forward to meeting the rest of you next year when everybody can make it. And then, oh, grading. Sorry about the grading. I've been with the conference, it was a lot, and people did in my defense, the adaptive and assistive was rough because people who didn't get to it right at the front then had school vacation week, which meant it was hard to get a hold of people. So several people asked for extensions. So I just wanted to give them a chance. But I am going to be buckling down with the grading, I promise, at some point. The other thing is I want you to just look ahead because modules 8 and 9, or 9 and 10 rather. Wow, module eight's long. 9 and 10. Nine is, come on, baby. I just pushed you down here. 9, teaching with tech. That is, you're going to develop a unit plan. using all the tools and stuff that you came up before, but it is kind of a little bit more, if you're not in schools, it might be a little daunting. Those of you who are teachers, classroom teachers, you're going to be all set with this. You're welcome to pair up too. So if there's somebody in the class who you think might have a good knowledge that you want to learn from, or somebody who you think might need a little bit of help and you'd be willing to help them, or somebody you just like the cut of their jib, feel free to reach out to each other and partner up if you want. You don't have to. It's not a mandate. And then the same goes for module 10, which is professional development, which is you're going to be doing a professional development. You're going to write something. And so that also is fine for partner work. They're both good collaboration things. I'm going to ask you just to reach out to people I'm not going to set you up. If you want a partner, find them yourself. But you can, put something in the help section if you're looking for somebody. When we get to module 13, I'm going to partner you because it's a bigger deal. Just trust me on this. All right. So I believe that is it for the general information. I'm going to go a little deeper for those who want some context on the resources. But those of you who are just want to get going, feel free. I'll see you in the discussion boards. For those of you who are sticking around, I'm just going to go through these and give you a little bit of a idea. Oh, shoot, I sent those guys away and I meant to say don't try to read everything because you'll go, just lose your marbles there. It's too much. 9.5 hours. All right. But there's some really good stuff here too. So the articles are shorter as articles are to books, but they also tend to be more positive. I think Barry's the only one that really is, kind of looking at the darker side of social media. It's from New York Times, though. It's a big deal. But then there's some fun ones, the Virtual Coding Club, role playing, let's play, libraries, video games, and civic engagements, and then embracing learning through play. Those all look at gaming as a positive thing that we can provide. There's also, I don't really have anything about the darker side of gaming because it's not as ubiquitous as social media, but if you want to look further and find that out to balance it out, feel free. Then most of the social media stuff, I think we do have Teens, Technology, and Friendship. That's from 2015, as is Teenagers Leaving Happy Connected Lives Online. And it's true, like the social media connection, it started out so positive, but then we get to the books. Wah. So we have Dana Boyd's It's Complicated again from 2014, which I loved back in the day because it really did show how kids who aren't, you know, sort of social forward in real life can still have connections. But honestly, I may be taking it out next year. It's a nice look back, but so much of the evidence is pointing in the other direction. And I think that's something that we need to be aware of. So Adam Alter, Irresistible, he called it back in 2017, looking at how these apps are designed to addict us. Then we've got, let's see, oh, Reality is Broken. That's a game one. Loved it. And it's more about like sort of, oh, what do they call them? Life hacking your life using gamification. And I actually did for a long time get my husband to do most of the chores in the house by gamifying it. It was one of the best moments of my marriage. But it is an interesting book. I love Jane McGonigal. She's just really interesting. But the pedagogy of play is brand new. And it's more, academic. It's more school-based. So you might want to take a look at that, and particularly if you're looking at younger kids. The rest of these are pretty freaking depressing, but also good. So technology's child, digital media's role in the ages and stages of growing up. That's not I mean, it's kind of just like, here are the facts. This is what it does. This is maybe where we should be. The Anxious Generation is, I believe, on the bestseller list now. It's the how, direct result of the mental illness epidemic on the technology that we're using. There's also The Chaos Machine, the inside story of how social media rewired our minds, not so much looking at kids specifically, and then growing up in public, coming of age in a digital world. So that touches on the youngsters too, the younger ones too. All right. So those are the resources. Feel free to look at, you should look at least one or two. You can do, if you just want to look at everything, as I said in the module, I've got the first chapter or introduction, or in the case of Martel, the whole thing. So if you want to just do those and then go to your library or your local Barnes and Noble, get a coffee, the table, stack, do some reading there, whatever. I mean, I don't judge, but these are all, most of these are, widely available, at least in Noble in my library consortium. So look at those, write your paper, think your thoughts, and that's the end of it. If you have any questions, reach out and let me know. But I believe in you, and I'm going to stop sharing so that I can show you this very weird thing. Look at this little guy. I found it's somebody's old summer reading project, and I'm like, we kind of look alike in this light. I'm concerned. All right, that's the end. I hope you have a great week. If you made it all the way through, doing great. All right, bye.